Round 15 of the PWR looks set to be another cracker. With the business end of the season approaching, the top 4 race heating up, and 2 local derbies, there was much to whet the appetite. In miserable conditions in the West Country, third-placed Exeter needed a win to keep the chasing pack at bay in the hunt for top 4. Opponent Sale were searching for their first win of the season. The Bears were keen to continue their top 4 push as they took on a Trailfinders side who narrowly lost to Gloucester Hartpury in round 14. Harlequins were looking to make it 11 in a row and go top of the league as they hosted London rivals Saracens. But first, an East Midlands derby as Lightning travel to Leicester, keen to claim the regional bragging rights. Commentary comes from Claire Thomas.
Scurfield, plenty of midfield cut and thrust. And just look at Goldthorpe swerve her way around, find Davey with the cutest support line. Essential tackle there from McGee. Crisis averted for now, but up, rising with it, slamming it down. The woman of the moment, Chrissy Scurfield, the first to lay claim to this East Midlands crown.
Short! Hands up, hands up!
Sleeves rolled up here in Leicestershire. There's a second score, inches away. Cabella wants it, but it's Malcolm who scores it. And that's her first try of the campaign.
So, ball was still on. No, you can't shoot a 9.
Picked up, slammed down. Ralph finds Donaldson, who arrives with a real head of steam. And now look at the bodies in motion. Charlotte Frey carrying like a freight train and over. It is a Derby Day belter for the pride of Leicester Tigers.
Rejoin, you're off! Rejoin. You're off, rejoin 6. No, stay there.
5 metres, still going. Treader almost loses her footwork, but finds an extra little burst to pop over. That's a 3rd try for Loughborough Lightning, courtesy of their hooker extraordinaire, Treader. And there's daylight between them now and their Midlands rivals. Daisy Hibbert-Jones. This now, Belial.
Penalty advantage.
Penalty advantage drawn. There was a high shot and stopping the Scottish side head, and scything through is Helena Rowland. She's got 1 to beat, and Welford Road is her stage. A beautiful moment of virtuosic rugby from Helena Rowland. For every first phase try that his side score this season, Tom Hudson puts 50 quid in the social kitty. So, here we go. Look at that. That's so much better. Safe at the line out. Instantly striking. And Leicester Tigers meet Lightning with some thunder of their own. It's Talia Brodie. And that, Tom Hudson, will be another 50 quid, please.
Keep going.
Davey, her service has been immaculate today. Now Goldthorpe looks up, spots Natasha Jones as her opponent in that particular one-on-one, and leaves the fly half flailing. Scarrett now, no look, on to Scurfield. Oh, it's beautiful for Chrissy Scurfield, and it just opens up. Carving up at Mattioli Woods, Welford Road. That's 2 for Chrissy Scurfield. They've both been a delight. Nathan Smith yet to make a single change. He's got a 6-2 bench to draw upon today, but he reckons there's still a bit of firepower in the legs of the forwards he picked to start this one. Here they go again. Malcolm, who's carried with fire and brimstone, and then Christine Belial with the easiest score she will ever manage, sticking another 5 points on it. Kept in again, dainty footwork from Hibbert-Jones, and Brebner Holden seizes it and darts over. It's her first score for her new club. Leah Brebner Holden, remember the name.
Just take a step.
Maxwell finding Meg Jones in at first receiver on this occasion. She's got Frey for company and Katie Childs. Onto Russell. Oh, intercept, Carmela Morale! And the 20-year-old student sensation is over. Lightning have another. Nathan Smith isn't one for smiles, but you wonder if he might just be pleased with this one, because they've got the penalty advantage and another try. And it's Daisy Hibbert-Jones who rises with the plaudits.
He's happy with that.
Maxwell finds Jones, who has been quiet, it's got to be said, been stifled by a purple defensive wall. Hibbert-Jones gathers the loose ball. Helena Rowland dinks it into the stands of enemy territory. And the undisputed queens of the East Midlands are officially Loughborough Lightning. Leicester Tigers 12, Loughborough Lightning 61.
Just super proud of the girls. I think we're a squad, and you know there's a lot of girls that haven't had as many minutes as they would have liked, and I thought today the likes of Amelia, Cam and Kendall coming off the bench were outstanding, and they just took that opportunity. They've bided their time and they've prepped us so well to come and put in a performance like that, and we're all about the future at the minute, and I think you know that performance shows what we felt, how hard we've worked, and yeah, just super proud of the girls.
At the Twickenham Stoop, Harlequins had their eyes on an 11th successive PWR victory as they took on London rivals Saracens. But the match started badly for the home side. Saracens, who began the weekend in the final playoff place, opened the scoring through Lottie Sharp. That try came with just over 10 minutes on the clock and was soon followed by a second for Sarries. Bryony Field with a line-out throw which was safely gathered by her teammates, and the forwards began to drive for the line. Quins did their best to stop the attack, but Field eventually got the ball back to claim the try. With the conversion, the lead was now 12 points. And it stayed that way until the closing moments of the first half. Quins needed something special to get them back into the match, and it was provided by Ellie Kildunn. She was involved at both ends of the move and raced over to claim her fourth try in 2 matches and make it Quins 5, Saracens 12 at the break. The next try would be key, and it went to Saracens. A well-worked routine created the opening, and Sharp made the decisive burst through the Quins defensive line to score her second. The first meeting between these teams this season was a closely fought contest, which Quins won 15-14. So for Saracens, this was looking more and more like an afternoon of revenge. With the home side's Beth Wilcock in the sin bin, they scored again. A high-quality team move finished by Sophie Bridger. The try bonus point secure. The lead was now 21 points, and Harlequins needed a rapid response. They did narrow the gap with their second try. Lisa Neumann seemed all set to score it in the corner, but she couldn't quite reach the line. Instead, she recycled, and Abby Fleming claimed the points. But any hint of a memorable comeback and a nervous finish in southwest London ended with another try from Saracens just a few minutes later. Akina Gondwe powered her way across the line, and Quins' impressive winning streak was over. Final score at the Stoop, Harlequins 10, Saracens 33. Next to the Trailfinders Sports Club, where the visitors were top 4 contenders Bristol Bears. But it was the home side in the green shirts who took the early initiative. Captain Kate Zachary with the burst for the line. And Trailfinders' confidence grew even more when Lisa Thompson came up with a neat sidestep to extend their advantage after 8 minutes. The Bears were without star signing Ilona Marr as she recovers from a broken nose. In her absence, they worked their way into the match and got their first points through Lark Atkin-Davis. and the tries kept coming in a frantic first half. Trailfinders' third was created by a lovely pass from Ella Amory and scored out wide by Liz Musgrove. But back came Bristol, with Alicia Joyce Butchers spotting a gap and scoring the try which cut the home side's lead to a single point. Despite starting the day 7th in the table, Trailfinders have been terrific to watch, and their 9th try bonus point of the season was secure within half an hour. Thompson over again. Then two big moments just before half-time. First, Millie David with a try which turned out to be rather more difficult than expected. The officials decided she had dotted down just. And still there was time for another first-half assist for Ella Amory as attention switched back to the other end of the field. A crossfield kick this time, which was gathered brilliantly by Musgrove. (27-21) to the home side at the break. But 9 minutes into the second half, the difference between the teams was reduced to a single point again, as Renika Bonner burst away from inside her own half. The Bears now had their try bonus point. But the ebb and flow continued. Next it was Trailfinders' turn to crash over the line again, Tyson Bukaboom adding her name to the scorers. And crucially, they extended their advantage to 13 points midway through the half. A stolen line-out created the opportunity, which Grace Moore gratefully accepted. Bristol did their best to respond, with PWR top scorer Millie David leading the charge. This brilliant trademark run provided her with a 15th try of the season. And then, inside the last 10 minutes, Bristol scored again. Atkin Davies over for her second of the afternoon. 1 point the difference now, and that meant a successful conversion from Kira Bevan would give Bristol the lead. Her kick rebounded off the post, and Trailfinders were still ahead. Then, with the clock in the red and Trailfinders down to 14, it looked as though this driving maul would give Bristol a late victory. But Trailfinders somehow managed to hold the ball up. It was all over, and they'd clung on by the narrowest of margins. A breathless match, finishing Trailfinders 39, Bristol Bears 38. Our final stop this week is a wet and windy Exeter, where Sale in the orange shirts here were looking for their first victory of the season. By half-time they had a precious advantage. Molly Wright diving over with 32 minutes on the clock. So 5-0 at the break, and a shock to the system for the Chiefs, who dominated territory but couldn't find a way past some resolute Sharks defending. The second half started with slightly better playing conditions and more success for Sale. Beatrice Rigoni the try scorer this time. The conversion from Vicky Irwin took the lead up to 12 points. Exeter's hopes of completing a league double over the Sharks this season were slipping away, although they did finally get points on the board with 14 minutes left. Perseverance paid off as Rachel Johnson finally breached the away side's defences. But once again the weather was playing its part. With thunder and lightning in the area, the officials decided that safety issues meant a break was needed and the players were taken off the field. After almost half an hour, they returned to play the final 10 minutes in sunshine. Just 5 points separated the teams and the outcome remained in the balance. But Sale were not to be denied their big moments. They fought off any hopes of a home comeback, and when a Chiefs knock-on prompted the final whistle, the Sale Sharks could finally celebrate a league victory. It finished Exeter 7, Sale 12. The game at Sandy Park certainly provided the shock scoreline in round 15. Elsewhere, Trailfinders won a thriller against Bristol, Lightning were victorious in the East Midlands derby, and Saracens beat London rivals Harlequins. That victory has moved Sarries to within a couple of points of Quins in the table. Leaders Gloucester Hartpury didn't play this weekend. Exeter are fourth, 1 point ahead of Bristol, and they have a game in hand. Sale remain bottom despite their fantastic win in the West Country. Just 3 rounds to go of the regular season, and February gets underway with Gloucester Hartpury making the trip to Leicester, Bristol Bears hosting Lightning, and Trailfinders taking on Saracens. Then on Sunday, the live match on TNT Sports is between Exeter and Harlequins. And we'll round up the best of the action on the highlight show this time next week.